Welcome into Rightside Radio, where it's a Tuesday, but it feels like a Monday because everything's crashing down. Are we even on the live stream?
Oh yeah,
JP?
The camera on you is on the live stream right now, but for some reason the charger on the camera is not wanting to work today, so the camera may be going off momentarily on the live stream.
Which
we'll figure it out.
We weren't raptured. It just the camera went out, and we'll figure it out in the break.
So if you see like a rainbow screen on Allison's camera, that's why. But we're working.
Oh wait, yours is gonna work though, right?
Yeah, mine will work.
Well, you just keep yours on.
Okay.
Yeah.
They can just look at me
in the prison cell. JP, how's it going today?
It's going pretty good. How about you?
Well, it's good. I drove up. I sent you a picture and you took a video because number one, Daryl the goose, aka Jimmy Ray,
aka Duck Duck.
So many options. Is back. He's gone all day yesterday, which I thought maybe he went south with Amy Beth. But he's back and he's got his girlfriend.
I did see that.
Debbie's here. I named her Debbie.
Your camera just went rainbow.
Is it God's rainbow or the?
It's like the movie, like the clicker thing rainbow. We'll have to figure it out why that charger's not working.
Like what we used to see in the 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that. I'd like to go back to the 80s, so let's just... But they can hear me?
They can hear you, yeah.
Okay.
And radio can hear you, of course.
Radio can hear me. So Debbie and Daryl are downstairs. I'm happy for them. I don't know. I guess he really was waiting for his mate to return.
His mate to come back.
Then I started wondering, like, do you think she had babies? That they don't have babies. It's too late because it would get really cold.
I don't know. It also could just be his homie that he found, his friend. Come back to chill with him.
I don't like that story as much.
I agree. I like the Debbie story better.
We can go with Debbie and Daryl. But yeah, we have Thanksgiving at our house every year. And sometimes we do it at the lake house. But what happens with the lake house is everybody ends up staying, like 35 people for 3 nights, and it's a mess. So this year we're just doing it here, but I'm sorry I was a little late getting in. But I don't know if guys do this. I think they do. Probably the project is different, but every now and then I get a kick where you just want to clean out a closet, or you want to clean out a drawer, you want to rearrange your dishes, or you want to rearrange your closet, or you want to clean out something. And then you get like halfway through the project and you're like, this is not fun anymore. I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, I don't even start the project to begin with.
You don't?
I'm so lazy. It's really bad. But I'll let things pile up, and then one day I'll be like, okay, we're doing everything right now. And then I do it all. But then I just restart.
You don't, but that's weird because you're very type A about some things.
I'm type A about things I care about and am interested in, but I'm very much not type A about most other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe you're efficient. So you are type A where you need to be,
mm-hmm.
and you balance it. Well, I have been preparing to have everyone to the house, which means making a bigger mess and then stopping and thinking this is not fun. So
everybody in your whole family, like cousins, everybody goes to yours.
Everybody comes to our house.
Interesting.
Which is fine. I mean, it's fun. We have a great, super fun family, but never fails. You get overly ambitious. I'm thinking maybe guys do it when they're like, I'm going to clean out the tool shed, or I'm going to rearrange the garage. And then 2 hours later, it's just not fun. And you've got a mess.
I'm going to build a shed.
I'm going to do it all today. But that's what I've been doing. And getting ready. I'm excited. I love Thanksgiving, but usually it's not 90 degrees outside. This is weird. I would prefer it be like a crisp 50 and sunny. You can still get outside, but it's cold.
Honestly, after like the Friday after Thanksgiving, like I'm just kind of ready to like go back. Like Thanksgiving Thursday, give me all the food and everything, watch football. But then the Friday, I just kind of want to be like, okay, let's get back to it.
Back to the grind.
Yeah, let's get back to work. But then Saturday is always the Iron Bowl, so there's always that. But yeah.
So are you going to the game?
I'm not going to the game. We'll be watching it at the house with friends and family, per usual.
So Jennings and I are... I think I have shame and guilt, but I shouldn't, because this is just the circle of life. But Jennings and I are driving Friday to Monroe, Louisiana. which is halfway between us and Banks's cousin, who is coming to live with us. And so we're going to meet there and pick up. We don't have a name. We're taking name suggestions. We would like a B name, so it can be like Bo but Jennings kind of likes Waylon. Waylon Jennings. I think it's kind of cute. But we'll be doing that Friday
to get a new puppy.
It's like a 6-hour trip there, 6-hour trip back. But we are going to go while we're there. Jennings loves Duck Dynasty. We're going to go to Duck Commander.
I love Duck Dynasty too.
I called this morning. They're actually open on Friday. So we're going to go there. That'll be our stretch our legs stop, and then turn around, bring a puppy home, spend Friday night at home, drive to the lake house, go to Auburn. We don't have tickets to the game, but we figure we'll go down and experience it. Which, by the way, I'm hearing that Auburn has landed on a new coach, but nobody knows who.
Are you hearing that? Who do you think it is?
I don't know. I don't know enough about some of the coaches' names that have been thrown out there. Did we talk about Summerall yesterday?
Off air.
We didn't talk about it on air?
No.
I mean, I know he did a awesome job at Troy.
Yeah.
And everybody seemed to really like him. Then he got stolen away. He'd probably be my top pick. And he grew up in Huntsville, right?
Yeah, he's from Huntsville. I have family members who know him personally.
Okay.
And
so he's a Southern guy.
He's an Alabama guy, yeah.
Yeah. And he knows the SEC. I think that's the biggest thing when you bring in these weird like coaches that don't know. I just go back to Brian Harsin.
You got to be a certain breed.
Clue. Yeah.
You got to be a certain breed to be in the SEC.
I mean, look at that. Hugh Freeze couldn't even handle it. And he's pretty legendary.
I think Hugh Freeze checked out.
So it'll be interesting. I heard that they're announcing it after the Iron Bowl, which who knows if this is true.
Also, this weekend will be the Lane Kiffin announcement after the Egg Bowl Friday.
Okay. I don't bet. I don't like gambling, but
I don't either. I think he stays.
Really?
I don't know. Listen, if he's at Ole Miss, they're going to build a statue of him by the end of his career. He goes to like LSU. He's just another coach. But LSU also offered him apparently $90 million and $25 million for NIL at his disposal. Ole Miss is not going to be able to match that. But you go to LSU, you got to do like a little rebuild. He stays at Ole Miss. He can just keep doing what he's doing, where he's already the guy, the legend. I could be wrong. I could be naive that Lane would prefer that over $90 million. But
wouldn't that be refreshing, though, if he just said, take your money, I don't want it, and stayed, and actually had some loyalty to a program? Because it's hard to ask these players to stick around and not leave for the money when coaches seem to be very willing to go, which you can't fault them, because I do think, I mean, that's what you don't want to stay a high school coach forever.
Mm-hmm.
Not that Ole Miss is high school, but I get it. I don't think there's any way he stays, but I hope I'm wrong.
Well, here's the thing too. They're gonna be in the playoffs more than likely if they don't lose to Mississippi State. So if he does leave, then Ole Miss is gonna be going into the playoffs with an interim coach, a new coach. Lane Kiffin's not gonna stick around and coach after he announces he's leaving.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that's a good, because the playoffs actually matter.
Yeah,
these stupid bowl games. What do you think they should do with the bowl games? I mean, NIL has killed any of that fun too.
Yeah, nobody even plays in bowl games anymore. They just sit out and transfer. I mean, a lot of people or a lot of big corporations make a lot of money from the bowl games, but they're pretty much meaningless at this point. They're exhibition games. That's what they are. As long as you accept that's what they are, then that's what they are.
Yeah, but it's frustrating because, I mean, you can opt out. None of these players are playing. It's just, I hate what a business it is. I mean, back in the 90s, that was I remember going to the Orange Bowl when Tennessee was playing. We went down there. I think they were playing Nebraska or Oklahoma. It was a huge game. I mean, you would have thought it was a Super Bowl. It was so much fun. It didn't mean much, but there was a lot of hype, a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. We took an RV. It was awesome. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting weekend for the footballs and the puppies.
You have to send us a
puppy bowl?
There's a puppy bowl before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's the puppy bowl. Is that where's the Pop-Tart come out?
There's a Pop-Tart college football bowl.
Okay.
The Pop-Tart bowl.
The puppies and the Pop-Tarts, they're all running together.
Where the Pop-Tart goes into a toaster oven at the end, and everybody it spits out an actual edible big Pop-Tart, and all the players on the winning team eat it.
It's actually, I saw it for the first time. When did they start that?
Like 2 years ago.
Okay, so last year was the first year I caught it. And I mean, you would have thought we were landing on the moon. I sat there and could not wait to see this stupid, what kind of a Pop-Tart? Which, how do you feel since we're doing food? I like frosted strawberry Pop-Tarts.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
The OG Pop-Tart is, you can't go wrong with that. However, the cinnamon one, phenomenal. The s'mores one, phenomenal.
See, back in my day, we didn't have those. We had like chocolate strawberry.
The cinnamon one was my go-to in high school. Whenever I'd go in to the cafeteria to get breakfast before school start, I'd always get that cinnamon Pop-Tart. Start the day off right. No, because we were at school. I wasn't toasting at school, but normally I would. Yeah, I just raw dog
the place down.
Yeah.
We got to take a break. Do you want to do the montage on the other side? Because there's a lot.
We shall
do the montages. All right, and we'll work on the camera.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right, you're listening to Rightside Radio. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Rightside Radio, where we actually have our cameras working now.
It's funny how that works.
You want to tell them what happened?
Well, there was an extension cord behind a dresser that said dresser got pushed before the show by somebody, and it clicked it off. So that's what happened.
Speaking of being type A, I did I guess I'm carrying over from what's happening in my house. And I was still kind of late coming in. And what did I do? I started
Cleaning right away.
Cleaning and shoving dressers and turned off the power. I'm sorry. Hey, could have been worse. Like the camera could have been fried inside.
Oh, yeah.
Like we would have had to go find another charger. So
Yeah,
let's be thankful it was just a switch.
And thank God we have our power today, because apparently a lot of people in Alabama do not.
How did you sleep through? Now, it did happen. I think it was early this morning. I woke up around 5 to the lightning and the thunder and the 3 inches of rain. You slept through it all.
I slept through it all, yeah.
Oh, to be young and sleepful.
I woke up and I've been staying at my aunt's while before I haven't gotten an apartment in Birmingham yet. But I woke up and, like usual, dressed, about to go walk out the door, and she was like, you better hope your studio has power. And I was like, well, why wouldn't they? And she goes, you didn't hear the storms last night? And I was like, what storms? And then I was informed that apparently a lot of people in Alabama were out of power, especially in Birmingham. And I was like, oh, I had no idea. I was aloof. But it poured for like an hour today.
When you were here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have a generator, but as we learned last week, it does not kick on for upstairs.
Yeah, it's not hooked up upstairs yet.
So we have an interesting text before we get to the montage. And this might, after yesterday's pumpkin pie / cheesecake / pecan pie fiasco, debacle, debate, intense discussion. Yeah. All right. You want to read it?
This is from Jenkins from Sneed. If you had to get rid of one dish from the Thanksgiving spread, what would it be? I think mine's kind of easy for me personally. I think I would know right off the bat.
Oh, let me guess your favorite.
Okay.
Sweet potatoes.
How did you know? Yes. The sweet potato casserole.
It's the same.
Yes, the sweet potato casserole that was my grandmother's recipe that now we make every year with the like nut covering. I guess it's like pecan.
Kind of sugar caramelized.
Yeah. Yes, that is my favorite side dish for sure. Is the sweet potato casserole. All
right, so you're not getting rid of the sweet. You're keeping the sweet potato casserole, and you are getting rid of the green bean casserole. Did I just guess it?
Yes. Yes.
JP.
That's crazy.
I'm a freaking genius. I've only known you like 3 weeks.
I know.
Maybe 4. No way.
I hate green beans.
What's wrong with it's the green beans.
Yes.
It's not the...
I'm not picky at all. There's 2 things. There's 2 foods out there I will not eat under any circumstances. I can pretty much stomach and eat most things. If I'm at somebody else's house and they made something I don't particularly like, I can still, eat it. But there's 2 foods I will not do that with. That's pickles and green beans. I will not eat pickles or green beans. They're too gross. Can't do it.
Have you ever put pickles with a piece of cheddar cheese?
No. You
should try it.
So there's a reasoning for both. Pickles was because when I was like a little kid and we got Chick-fil-A and they didn't take the pickles off of my Chick-fil-A sandwich and I ate it and I thought it was the worst.
Yeah.
And then also when my dad sat me down in his lap and held me down and force fed me green beans. And I think from then on, I did not like green beans.
My grandma Pat, the one that I said was RIP Grandma Pat. She's so mean. She would make me drink my milk before I got up from the table. And to this day, I cannot drink a glass of milk.
I can understand that.
No. Same thing. So I am keeping, what's my favorite? Okay, you guess.
Favorite side dish?
Yeah.
I'm so going to get this wrong.
I don't even know the answer. Let me think.
Okay.
Okay, I do know the answer.
Is it a traditional one or is it like a sweeter one?
Yes, traditional.
Stuffing?
Yes.
Hey, I'm a stuffing guy too.
No way. Okay, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I like little dices of like onions and celery in it.
Yes, me too. Yeah.
So it's not so. All right, and I'm getting rid of... Is cranberry sauce even a side?
It is not for our family, but typically it is.
I mean, what's the point? I don't get it. And it just like out of the can. And then you're just supposed to say, "Oh, that looks yummy. Let me put a
Mm.
bunch on my plate and my turkey." And then people mix the cranberry with the gravy on the turkey.
Yeah, I'm not a gravy guy at all.
I'm done. Oh, I do like a little gravy on the mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes, raw dog it. No gravy needed for me. I would say my top 3 favorite sides will be sweet potato casserole, stuffing, and corn casserole.
Okay.
What about you?
I can do a little bit of corn casserole. I like a good broccoli salad.
I like broccoli.
It's not traditional, but we're we're smoking and frying some turkeys, and then I do a turkey in the oven every year too. But
Do y'all do like the big bowl of grease and dunk the
yeah, that's how people get hurt, but we do that.
one that everybody says not to do?
Yeah, yeah. It's now it's just a challenge. See if we can end up in the emergency room. Last Thanksgiving, Jeb was chopping wood, literally Thanksgiving Day, and he almost chopped his finger off. He did end up in the emergency room.
That's a fun Thanksgiving.
He's got a nice scar and a bent finger to show for it. Okay, we've got some responses to that too. But on the other side, we will get to JP's miraculous montage and some news. We'll be right back. back to Rightside Radio. I'm Allison Sinclair with JP. You want to do montage?
I do believe it is that time.
JP's miraculous miracle montage.
Monster montage.
But first,
I got to tell you guys about Stan McDonald. That's attorney Stan McDonald at the partner of law at the, excuse me, let me start over. Okay. I was trying to do two things
Monday,
at once.
Don't worry.
Attorney Stan McDonald, he's a partner at the law firm of Wilmer and Lee out of Huntsville. He's a 30-year veteran in the practice of law, and not only will Stan advocate and fight for your legal needs and rights, but he has been an absolute warrior for causes near and dear to our Rightside ruffian community. Attorney Stan McDonald has represented his clients in literally thousands of real estate transactions over the years, and when Stan McDonald is on your side, you will have no greater friend, and likewise, your adversary will have no greater foe. That's attorney Stan McDonald. Here's his phone number, 256-533-0202. That's Stan McDonald at 256-533-0202. And tell me you heard about it on Rightside Radio. And no representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. And now, stand by for news.
By for news.
Rachel, I've had a missile blow up next to my airplane. I've been shot down, nearly shot down multiple times. I've flown a rocket ship into space 4 times, built by the lowest bidder. I've been stressed by, things more important than Donald Trump trying to intimidate me into shutting my mouth and not doing my job.
Sure, we'll be taking all available legal action, including an immediate appeal, to hold Letitia James and James Comey accountable for their unlawful conduct.
Jim Comey and I are part of the group that were tasked by President Obama to put together all the reporting we had on the Russian interference. And I consistently said we didn't have the evidence at the time contemporaneously, and it was my great hope that the Mueller investigation would resolve that once and for all, and apparently it did.
Do a better job. And by the way, most fights are pretty darn good. And people do behave really well with one another. It's just a few of those times where, again, don't take your shoes off and put your feet on the chair ahead of you. That's just, or maybe don't play your movie without headphones on. There's some simple things that can annoy the folks around you that we don't have to do that. And so just be cognizant and courteous.
The decision for the US to designate the Muslim Brotherhood as a foreign terrorist organization appears to be moving closer to implementation.
I am holding in my hand the Muslim Brotherhood Plan for North America, written in 5/22/1991. This is their plan, titled مذكرة تفسيرية للهدف الاستراتيجي العام في أمريكا الشمالية. This is about their explanation on how they're going to take over the West, their 100-year plan to infiltrate and dominate the West and establish an Islamic government on earth. So today when you see all these people organized on the streets in the United States, hating Israel, hating the Jewish people, hating America, tearing down American flags and the pro-Palestinian demonstrations in New York City, now you understand where that is coming from.
So we talked about the Naked Communist book the other day and the 45 goals of communism that were read into the congressional record in 1963. So that is happening simultaneously. The Muslim Brotherhood, a few years later, is starting their own takeover. And I think for now, their paths cross and join. Who wins in the end? If, let's say, the Republic falls, the Muslims take it, the communists take it. Is there a difference?
Well, first of all, I don't think the Republic is on the verge of falling. But in this scenario, this hypothetical that you're asking, if there was, a point where America kind of crumbled from within, communists, Marxists, Muslims, I think all the above, because they are kind of one and the same in terms of, they're all working and together on the same side, in lockstep anyways. So I think they would use that as an opportunity to make a communist Sharia law-like nation, pretty much.
But communism thrives without a god.
Well, the god is the government in that situation.
Right, but I don't think the Muslims would. So it's an interesting setup because you watch it on the left, they eventually eat their own every time. You look at Hillary and Barack and now James Comey and Clapper, and they're all coming out because the pressure's on. It's getting close. They can no longer stay on the same side. They're going to have to start taking each other out. So when it comes to the Muslims and the communists, I think at some point their paths diverge. I'm probably going with the Muslims went out because when you have what you think of as a mandate from God, you're very motivated to do crazy, extreme things. But those aren't the two factions you want warring for your country at any time, especially not at the same time.
No. I think it would look like a Zohran Mamdani type situation because,
that's a good point.
He's the democratic socialist that is a Muslim and is taking pictures with co-conspirators to the World Trade Center bombing. Like he's the Muslim who comes in and says, hey, you guys will have free stuff. By the way, give me money so you can have free stuff. And we're going to force the kids to learn how to do Arabic numerals. There's probably going to be some sort of imposing of Muslim tradition on New York. So I think that's I think that's where the merging could be done in this hypothetical, because I agree with you. The communist sort of Marxist way is atheist to a T, but the Muslims who use the socialism, democratic socialism is what they like to call it, to get into power. And then once they're in power, then, they impose the Muslim ideology on that. That's kind of where I would see it going in this awful hypothetical that I don't think is really would ever happen, knock on wood. But I think in the who would take over first, the communists or the Muslims, I think the Muslims with the communist or socialist ideology.
I guess I was going for who would win in the end, which you just kind of answered it. And I think Mamdani, that's a great example, actually, of how these two do merge. But at the end of the day, his Muslim faith wins out, I would say. Right now, the communist, democratic socialists of America, he's just using them as instruments to get to where he wants to go.
We got two funny texts here. Bruce from Springville says, the best things to repel Muslims: the Bible, a gun, bacon, and a pit bull. They'll take care of business. And then Sean from Elkmont says, in your scenario, the redneck wins.
I like that.
Yeah, that's why I don't think this hypothetical will ever come, because the Second Amendment is real.
Yes.
Nationwide. And just because there's little pockets, I think majority of America is still Christian. And although it seems to be kind of dwindling a little bit, I think that hypothetical would be very hard for it to come true.
Are we going to know the point where it is time to exercise our Second Amendment rights?
It's funny. There's been some people who would think that if you went back in time and told the founding fathers just how much the government does impose itself, that they would already say, and use your Second Amendment, get a better government. I don't know if that's true necessarily, but no, I don't think we would know. I don't think we would know when that drawing line is.
That's my fear.
Because so many people think it's at different places, and it kind of subtly comes upon you where you just kind of look around and go, what the heck? How did this come to be? It would probably be a drastic situation like the government declares war on conservatives or Christians or whatever.
Which is happening.
It is happening, but it's subtle. That's the problem. They don't say stamp war is declared. It just kind of creeps up on you and slowly. It's like a snake, like slowly strangling. So I don't know where that line would be drawn, but
somebody, Rich, this was yesterday, Rich from Muscle Shoals says, I have some solutions. And we're kind of talking about the same thing. Christian discipleship beginning at home, having larger families rather than having larger bank accounts, more Christian fellowship rather than worship the way I want it. I don't know what that means, but
as in not like a squishy Christian worship, like a true,
I guess so.
Yeah, biblical gospel.
Yeah. So that's what we do. That is the solution. Somebody yesterday said, we've got to get traditional godly values back in. Of course, we've got to get back to, I was thinking about Thanksgiving this coming up, and fortunately, this side of the family, we are all very, very close, get along. I mean, we have our issues, but this is Jared's family. My family is very spread out and very broken in many ways, but especially politically and a lot of worldview issues. My dad lives in California, so, we usually don't ever do holidays together. But I started thinking it's a real opportunity to show grace and mercy, to be the bigger person in these situations. My mom died a few years ago, almost 6 years ago. And it's like you suddenly go, that really wasn't that big of a deal. I don't have the opportunity to go back and make that right. But with your family that's still here, is it really worth it? Like Jimmy Kimmel and his wife that were talking a few weeks ago about how their Trump-loving family isn't invited to Thanksgiving or really? And that's the way the left is. We cannot become that. So This is my charge to maybe reach out. Maybe it's just a text on Thanksgiving. It's going to take me a minute, but I'm going to text my dad.
Yeah. And that I mean, I also have people in my family that disagree politically with each other, but I am blessed that never comes above family. Like there's been, disagreements made, especially with my job where certain family members would, send content from the show and say how they disagree with it. But I would never think like, I'm not going to see him at Thanksgiving and we're not going to talk politics at Thanksgiving. We're going to talk Alabama football. We're going to talk family, all that stuff. So I'm blessed to be in a situation where the politics doesn't go above family, but it is sad where, brothers and sisters will end their lifelong, friendships because they disagree on tax policy or something stupid like that.
So stupid.
It's like, we're all going to die. You know that, right? Like this is not going to mean anything.
Some bigger
in the long
issues out there.
Yeah.
And it's a real thing and it's tough, but I think you just have to, boundaries are a thing, but at the end of the day, you're family. So y'all hold me accountable. I mean, my dad and I get along, but sometimes holidays are difficult. Anywho, I don't know how we got on that topic.
I don't know either.
But
it's a good topic.
It is a good topic. But we have so much. What else was in that? Oh, Sean Duffy with the no PJs and use headphones. Literally our Secretary of Transportation has to give the American people a talk about that.
Well, can I just say what's funny about that clip? If you weren't watching it, while he was doing his speech on Fox News, they showed a montage next to him of just people just going at it, fighting tooth and nail in the airport, and on the planes.
Like haymakers. It's crazy. People showing up in like their bathing suits.
Yeah.
Letitia James, I wish she'd just go away. Mark Kelly's been a biscuit for as long as I've known about him. But we'll cover all those things.
Yeah.
And more. After the break. We'll be right back. Is that point for me?
Yeah.
Let me pull it together.
Hey.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. Thank you. Keep me in line. I'm Allison Sinclair with JP. So I know we want to talk about Mark Kelly and sedition and treason and like chain of command, all the things.
All the things.
All the things.
But there's kind of a breaking story that goes along a little bit of what we talked about yesterday with the airports and biometrics, a little bit with Clapper and Comey, a little bit with the government in general. Project Veritas is putting out and confirming they have text messages between, do y'all remember Mary Barr Daly? She was Bill Barr's daughter. That was a senior DOJ official. Apparently, Candace Owens has been monitored and discussed by high-level government figures for years, and they have been trying to blackmail her. In this text between Mary Barr Daly and someone else at the DOJ, she says, Armstrong will give you the commands, but we need to focus on Black, and then it's redacted, whoever this other person is first. Work with Armstrong on this. Send some underage girl to secure him. He's an easy target. The harder one is Candace because she's very resistant. Gather the group to come up with a good strategy, but don't waste time. It would be good to have something we could use to put him in jail, talking about the guy that's redacted. We need to blackmail her faster. Klasick has been very affected. Tell Armstrong to send the photographer to follow her and also her husband. I am so angry at her that I can't stop thinking if the things she says about Klasick are taken seriously, they will investigate the use of money in the election campaign. We have to bring out material to destroy her reputation before she gets to us. Y'all remember Kimberly Klasick? Do you remember her?
No.
She was from Baltimore. Really cute, young, Black Republican that kind of came out of nowhere. She had a really strong, she was like in stilettos walking through the streets of Baltimore or whatever, kind of came out of literally nowhere. And it always makes me nervous when that happens. That makes me think that the DOJ, that Klasick was kind of a plant or something. And Candace was, I remember her going after her, saying she was misusing funds. So this is our government going after a citizen who's just doing her job and apparently doing a good job because she found some things, so much so that the DOJ now is trying to blackmail her and someone else to keep them from ruining their operation. That's terrifying.
So what specific operation do you think they were talking about, how Candace is getting too close to?
I'm not sure, but I'm thinking it has something. I don't know where Kimberly Klasick came from in that discussion, but she was accused of basically money laundering. Letitia James, the same thing.
Yeah.
And it all had to do with campaign finances. The congresswoman that was just embezzling money from FEMA to the tune of $5 million and said it was a bunch of white people that were just being racist and we needed to do better and that she should stay on her committee. But all these things are coming out. You look at what's happening with Barack Obama apparently giving the directive to come up with the Russian hoax and do all that. What world are we living in? Like, I want to go back to the days where I thought George Bush was awesome and Dick Cheney was great. And they, Rumsfeld, they were all going to save us and they were doing the right thing. But I don't even think even they were. And it's really hard to trust anybody anymore. We don't have a choice. And like we were talking about, we have to stay engaged. We have to stay fighting. But it's really hard to fight the system when the system is set up to destroy you as you go along and expose things. Of course, it's Candace Owens, so people are going to be like, I mean, she's crazy. She's whatever. Maybe they've all driven her crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't agree with Candace on a lot of stuff, but still not. Why are you targeting a private citizen exactly?
It's kind of like the bacon thing. Maybe that's not the way we handle it, but probably probably shouldn't have been arrested.
Exactly.
When we come back, we'll talk about Mark Kelly and treason. You can reinstate someone to the military just to take him to trial.
I guess so. We maybe need just some insight from our military folks listening in Huntsville.
Yeah, our Huntsville people will have hopefully all the answers to this. But we'll cover that when we get back. You're listening to Rightside Radio. We'll see you in a minute. Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Allison Sinclair with JP. It is pouring in Birmingham again, so I'm sorry if it sounds. Maybe it's soothing.
Yeah, it might be soothing to over the in the background.
If you can hear it. Luckily, because I get real antsy and I have to go walk.
Yeah.
So I just was speed walking down the sidewalk and almost got drenched, I guess.
Wait, so you literally went outside and just started walking down the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I looked kind of like a crazy person because I was going really fast because I was afraid I was going to be late.
Well, yeah, at least you chose the 6-minute break.
Yeah. And I had 2 minutes left, so it wasn't much of a walk. But I would really like to talk about this Mark Kelly thing because there's a lot that goes into it. It goes back to, I don't know what it goes back to. Somehow, how do we get here? There's Mark Kelly, there's Russia Gate, there's Comey and Clapper and Letitia. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with the less media part of it, which is Comey and Letitia getting their criminal charges tossed by a judge, which is pretty crazy.
For what reason?
I guess because there wasn't enough merit, the judge thought. So this is the twin rulings by Judge Cameron McCowan Curry, were the most significant setback yet to the president's efforts to force the criminal justice system to punish his perceived foes. This is from the New York Times, by the way. So the dismissals, while embarrassing for the White House and the Justice Department, are unlikely to be the last word on an issue of constitutional authority that many legal experts expect could be appealed to the Supreme Court. So this is the thing. Like, if you're going to go after Comey and Letitia James, which please do, have your ducks in a row to where you can actually be successful with it. The rulings were thrown out because the judge considered that Trump illegally or unlawfully appointed the interim prosecutors to go after them. Because remember, there was the prosecutor who said that there wasn't enough to go after Comey and Letitia James, and Trump then fired them and replaced them with a new attorney or U.S. attorney in that district, and the judge considered that was unlawful. So therefore, the charges get dismissed. It's pretty ridiculous.
So okay. So it really doesn't answer the question of whether what they did was legal or illegal.
Yeah.
It wasn't a matter of standing. It was a matter of procedure, and you didn't follow the procedure. They're still guilty of everything.
Yeah, I mean so this is going to get appealed, obviously, but the appeal will be, hey, are the interim prosecutors, is it lawful for them to do that? I don't know why it wouldn't be. I mean, the current U.S. attorney in Huntsville, which or for the Northern District, I should say, holy cow!
Wow, that shook the building.
Anywho, as we have a haunted house background to
Daryl and Debbie are okay.
The current U.S. attorney for the Northern District of Alabama has been an interim U.S. attorney for 3 years. So is any case that she brings up unlawful because she's an interim prosecutor? Like, I don't understand the grounds as to which the judge said that Trump unlawfully appointed this prosecutor. It's political nonsense. It's an activist judge.
Well, did the judge that was there resign? I can't remember this, y'all. It all runs together. Was the judge that was there, did they resign and then Trump appointed someone, or can you remove a judge? Oh,
Trump removed the U.S. attorney.
Okay. So the attorney.
Yes.
So he removed the attorney. So they probably have a case of like, well, it's just lawfare. You didn't like what that attorney said, so you pulled him out and put in somebody that would give you the answer you wanted.
Well, therein lies the question of how much authority does the president have to fire, members of the Department of Justice and rehire new ones. In my opinion, I think that is fully under the president's purview to do that. Because think about it, if you pretty much have a U.S. attorney not agreeing to go after people with charges that were pretty clear to me, look at the fraud charges up against Letitia James. Comey, this is not the Russia collusion hoax that they were charging Comey with. I believe this actually may have been the 8647 post that he put up inciting violence against the president. So there's charges there, whereas they can go and, put Trump in jail for 30-something felonies over not keeping proper records, but you're not going to go after two members of government that have serious crimes that you can prove because you don't like that he's enforcing his lawfare. Like, no, actually, you can't just do that. So I think it's pretty clear the president has authority to do that, but an activist judge thinks otherwise. So this is going to have to get appealed to the next level and eventually probably all the way up to the Supreme Court.
Remember the 45 goals of communism? Make them feel like the Constitution is silly and it's outdated and you don't have to follow the rules. And you can make rulings and activist judges and take over the world, apparently.
So David from Madison says this issue with the interim attorney or U.S. attorney was that her time as an interim U.S. attorney expired, and that's what the issue was. Not because Trump illegally appointed her. She just ran out of time to be able to fulfill the requirement of bringing them to justice. See, I don't...
Well, he said illegally, not that Trump illegally appointed her. So does that mean he illegally appointed her, or is he saying that was their argument that he illegally appointed her?
David is saying that apparently there's a window of interim U.S. attorneys that there's only a short period that
they can make rulings.
They can, bring charges, which I don't think that's true because, like I said, the U.S. attorney for the Northern District of Alabama has been interim for 3 years. So I have no idea. They're probably just fabricating reasons.
Maybe like a statute of limitations, like you can only anyway. They're going to appeal it. And then who do you appeal it to? Boasberg? Some stupid.
Well, there's been a lot of instances like this where the higher court has actually ruled in Trump's favor. You look at the case that Boasberg brought up with deporting illegals without due process. That actually recently was ruled in Trump's favor. But then there's also some that are going to be ruled by the Supreme Court anytime now. Tariffs is a great example of others where the higher court also said no. So we'll just have to see. I don't know where they're going to, because this is Eastern District of Virginia, I believe that this is in, which is a very liberal area. So I don't know where they're going to appeal it to, but I don't know. I just think there's too much there. If your reasoning is saying, well, the interim U.S. attorney can't do that, that's just baloney, in my opinion. You got so many U.S. attorneys nationwide. And like I said, one right here in our backyard. That's not a good enough reason. It's just activist judges once again. It's kind of adding an eerie backdrop. I kind of like it.
Do you like haunted houses?
Yeah, I don't mind them.
Ugh, okay. Well, I would like to maybe get some of our Huntsville listeners, military or wherever you are, involved in the next discussion of Mark Kelly. I know we have to go to a break, but I think, can we replay that clip of what, do we need to play the video that started it all? Or do you think most people have heard that?
We can remind folks of what that is, and then we can play the clip that Mark Kelly just put up on the other side here if you want.
And Hegseth is going after him personally. It's getting very interesting over there. So when we come back, we'll cover Mark Kelly. Would love anyone in the military, your input on how this works, because I have no idea. And I would love to know. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm JP here alongside Allison. Amy Beth is alive. We confirmed today. Wellness check. She's still good on her island vacation, but Allison and I will be doing the show. Today is the last show before Thanksgiving, so we're gonna make a good one for you. But we'll be back on Monday next week. The next 3 days we'll be off celebrating Thanksgiving with our family and eating great food, which we'll be talking about food later in the show. I imagine you've already talked about food.
We will not be eating green bean casserole.
No, I know I won't. But we were talking also about this Mark Kelly situation. We're actually going to play the clip for you guys if y'all hadn't seen it. If you remember, there was a video, I believe, with five or so current Democrat congressmen, congresswomen who were veterans, and they all pretty much made a video saying that the military can refuse illegal orders from President Trump, insinuating you can just refuse orders because their idea of illegal orders is sending in the National Guard to cities, potentially blowing up drug cartel ships coming to America in the ocean, all the actual legal orders. And I think this is a good case of sedition. But now we've got Pete Hegseth saying that they're actually going to bring Mark Kelly back to active service so that he can be court-martialed. It's starting to become let's just say Mark Kelly is in the FO part. He's finding out.
What is the definition of sedition?
We'll have to look it up. But first, I want to play the clip. I'll look it up when we're playing the clip. But here's Mark Kelly's response to President Trump and saying that he needs to be court-martialed and such. Here it is.
I've had a missile blow up next to my airplane. I've been shot down, nearly shot down multiple times. I've flown a rocket ship into space 4 times, built by the lowest bidder. And my wife, Gabby Giffords, meeting with her constituents, shot in the head, 6 people killed around her. A horrific thing. She spent 6 months in the hospital. We know what political violence is, and we know what causes it, too. The statements that Donald Trump made is insightful. Incites others. He's got millions of supporters. People listen to what he says more so than anybody else in the country. And he should be careful with his words. But I'm not going to be silenced here. Is it stressful? I've been stressed by, things more important than Donald Trump trying to intimidate me into shutting my mouth and not doing my job. He didn't like what I said. I'm going to show up for work every day, support the Constitution, do my job, hold this administration accountable. Hold this president accountable when he is out of line. That's the responsibility of every U.S. senator and every member of Congress. He's not going to silence us.
Ooh.
Okay. Once again, what is he talking about? Was Trump out of line when he said this is punishable by death? Was he out of line because that's not even what we were talking about, the video you made. Not what was he talking about?
He was, they're so vague. That's his plausible deniability, is they're so vague. But I think one of the Democrats in the video said that the video was in response to Trump saying that military can shoot protesters in the leg. But I mean, it was just a more grand scheme. Trump can't tell the military what to do because he's enforcing the military against American citizens, and it's just they're trying to obstruct, and they are trying to do sedition, which I actually looked up the actual definition. Sedition is an overt conduct such as speech or organization that tends towards rebellion against the established order.
So Elise Slotkin, she is a senator now. She used to be in the House, and before that, she was in the CIA. She's apparently the one that got this video together, and all these people saying, you can refuse to follow orders. What's scary is there was a guy, I can't remember his name. He was former CIA. He was on the news the other night talking about how everything in that video was classic case of CIA propaganda. If you're trying to influence minds and influence attitudes and how you see a situation, from, the trust me to buttering up to establishing authority to giving permission. But he said the scariest part was how vague it was, and that it gives them an out. But she knew exactly what she was doing. Yeah. And now Pete Hegseth said, so Captain Kelly, not only did your sedition video intentionally undercut good order and discipline, but you can't even display your uniform correctly. Apparently, in this post, it shows his
badges,
and
awards.
And he said, your medals are out of order and rows reversed. When and if you are recalled to active duty, I'll start with a uniform inspection. But it just kind of goes from there where Pete Hegseth says the despicable video urging the Department of War troops to refuse illegal orders may seem harmless to civilians, but it carries different weight inside the military. This was a politically motivated influence operation. It never named a specific illegal order. It created ambiguity rather than clarity. It used carefully scripted, legal-sounding language, and it subtly reframed the military obedience around partisan distrust instead of established legal processes. What happens with this, do you think? So he would be recalled so they could take him and be court-martialed and have a trial? And why just him?
Well, but I don't know. I guess they're going to be making an example out of him. Tom with all the kids, who I know is a veteran or currently serving, I can't remember. He's a military guy. Says likely Article 94 of the UCMJ under incitement to mutiny. So I think listen here, and this is actually a part of a bigger question, which relates to Comey and Letitia James. If you guys are going to hold these people accountable, you need to do it right, and you need to make it effective. If you're going to go after Comey, you got to make sure your ducks are in a row so that when he can be punished to the full extent of the law. Same with Letitia James. And the same thing needs to be done here with, Mark Kelly. If you're going to go after him, which I think you have full grounds to do after the video that he made, along with others, you better do it right, and you make it effective. So if they are going to bring him back into, active duty and court-martial him, the DOJ or the War Department, whoever is handling it, you better make sure you dot your I's, cross your T's, do it right, and make it effective. Because obviously the Republicans suck at holding Democrats accountable.
Does this end up being just like the Epstein files, where we bring all these influencers to the White House and we give them a binder that we bought at Kmart, and we put a little sheet of paper in the front that looks really official, and then there's nothing in it, but everybody gets really excited that something's about to happen?
My cautious, temperament with this is it's probably going to be a lot of rah-rah. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to go after Mark Kelly. And then there's some technicality or something that they don't do fully and correctly. And there's going to be some Democrat or somebody that has influence over it to say, you can't do that because you messed up here. You didn't do this right. And nothing ever happens. Mark Kelly's never held accountable. But it's like they should have him dead to rights. You're literally on a video saying that you can refuse the chain of command. Now is the time of however you need to do it. Bring him back to active duty, court-martial him. Just do it right. That's all I ask.
Good point. We have a hard time doing it right.
Yes.
But maybe it will make others think twice, even if we don't do it right. This is a lot of attention that you probably don't want on yourself.
That's true.
I hope they thought this through. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm JP here alongside Allison Sinclair with all of the drill and popcorn and everything on the table.
Let me tell you, I had to hang a picture.
She's literally hanging stuff on the wall during the breaks.
I don't know if I measured correctly. And I was using a power tool, which is probably frightening for some of our listeners.
833-687-4448. That is the text line number. We have some texts that came in. Kim from Danville says, trying to bring charges against M. Kelly. Maybe it's not that Republicans don't do it right. Maybe it's because all of these wacko judges. I think it's both.
It's not an either or, it's a both and.
Because I think all the wacko judges, you're under much more of a microscope, and they're going to pick anything, even if it's something that is not illegal, like how Trump appointed the new U.S. attorney in that district to bring charges against Letitia James and James Comey, even though that is not inherently illegal. Like, they're going to find an issue wherever they can find an issue. So all I'm saying is, all the Republicans, if they're going to go about holding these people accountable like they should, just please, as much as you can, do it to where they can't find something. The Democrat activist judges can't find something to find an issue with. That's all I'm asking.
It's like when somebody's accused, they're accusing you of spying. I wasn't spying. I was surveilling. There's a difference. It's always.
It's a technicality.
It's semantics, which words matter.
Let's see here. Brad from Crimestone County. He said, we were talking earlier about the Second Amendment, and if there were to be a crumbling of the republic, would the Muslims or Marxists or communists take over, or all the above? He said there were some states that got to the point of thinking that they just couldn't even with their central government, and they tried to leave peaceably, but the central government came after them, guns and cannons, insisting that those states were breaking the law by seceding. Of course, I'm talking about the American War for Independence. Oh, did you think I was talking about something else? I see what he did there.
It's pretty good.
Sean from Oakmont, like I said earlier, that the rednecks would win in that scenario. I believe that's all of our texts that we got right now. 833-687-4448 is the text line number. Once again, if you want to text in and let us know your thoughts.
You want to do serious or funny?
I mean, I have a funny montage if we want to go to that. It's up to you.
This was we need to do it at some point today, because it was really last night going through the Twitter feeds. Like, we have lost our minds. It's funny. But we have Paul Feinbaum / Dale Jackson news to cover.
Yeah.
Yes. Fox News has quotes from Dale Jackson. It's pretty good.
It's good.
Pretty good. And what else do we have? The fun. Oh, we've got Thanksgiving trivia.
We have Thanksgiving trivia.
Collins, my daughter, is going to come in.
Nice.
So she's a junior at a public high school in Alabama. And I haven't told her this, but we're going to ask her to tell us the Thanksgiving story.
We're going to put the public schooling to the test on air.
And we're going to see what she comes up with.
I like it.
I think it's going to be interesting. It might be different than what you learned, and it probably will be very different than what I learned.
Yeah. Well, she's going to come in and say, well, of course, the white colonizers came in and destroyed the Indian community, and Thanksgiving is just a remembrance of how the Indian race was wiped out from North America by these colonizers.
All right. Not a betting person, but I bet you're right. There'll be something of that in there.
Probably.
I say do funny.
Okay.
Let's do something, because it's funny, but not funny.
Well,
but it's funny.
The bit on when Phil was on the show was Adventures in Woke World. I think this is along the same lines, Adventures in Craziness. I think you just sent so many funny, crazy clips of people just being crazy that we needed a special montage just for the craziness.
I think it's good.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's see. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy one.
I love to overcharge white people and organizations and do pro bono work for black orgs. And then I'll have like a nonprofit or a black org or somebody doing some work, and they'll be like, I've only got this much money. And I'm like, keep it. A white person just cut me a check. Let's do this for free.
That's crazy! We cannot incarcerate our way out of violence. We've already tried that. It is racist, it is immoral, it is unholy, and it is not the way to drive violence down.
What? I hate being in my 20s. I hate going to work. I don't want a job. I don't want to work. I hate not working. I hate everything. I hate breathing. I hate sleeping. I hate waking up. I just hate everything. I hate president. I hate the world. I hate people. I hate everything. I just hate everything. I hate everyone. I hate everything and I hate everyone, and I don't want to do this.
Stop it. Get some help.
Talking about abortion makes many people profoundly uncomfortable. I can also attest that I felt God's presence with me as I made the decision to end 2 pregnancies. And I felt no guilt, no shame, no sin.
Go away, Satan. I think as an organizer and as an activist, like, we really have an opportunity here in this country to talk about what type of progressive policies we want to see as young women. And I think we have, as birther, as women who can give birth, men and women who can give birth, we could maybe leverage that as collective bargaining. What do you think about that?
It seems a little much.
Is it?
That's pretty, JP. You're a producing genius. That is so good. That needs to go on our socials.
I think it does.
I think that's really good. And I love the background music.
Yes.
I think we just have gotten to a place that I cannot believe people sit and watch that and go, yes, girl, you preach. I agree with you. Yes. I mean, we have jumped the shark, moved to the ridiculous, where people are openly saying, I charge white people more, and then I give legal advice to Black people free. Can you imagine what world, even 30 years ago, that would have been acceptable?
No.
And even if you're doing it, don't say it out loud. But now we're at a place where that's celebrated. Although the guy to her right or left looked really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Did you see him?
I
during
did.
That? Yeah. But that's where we are.
So, and also the last lady who said that men can't give birth, she's actually running for Congress in Tennessee, and I believe Nashville's district. And that was a phone call from 2020 that is now coming to light while she's running for Congress, of her saying that birthers, aka both men and women, and also part of it was that we needed to use this as plausible, or no, she said as leverage or something like that. I don't even know what she was talking about. But the lady who was doing the interview, when the congressional candidate asked her, what do you think about that? She goes, I think that's a bit much.
Her name's Afton, because it's so embarrassing that she's from Tennessee.
Yeah, that's your neck of the woods.
Yeah, she's in the legislature, the Tennessee legislature now.
Afton Bain?
Yeah, and she keeps talking about, there's a recording of her on a podcast talking about how much she hates Nashville. She hates all the honky tonk. She hates all the bachelorette parties. She hates the entire city. She hates country music. And this is who she represents.
And then she actually came back out and
Joke.
said, I actually don't hate all that.
Joke. She talked about defunding the police back in the day. She gonna lose bigly. Bigly.
There's also the clip of that pastor, the woman pastor, who said that she felt God with her. And this is a bit more of a heavier, what the heck one, of a woman pastor saying that she felt God's presence when she had her 2 abortions. I don't think that was God.
No, that was an evil spirit deceiving you. She is in the pulpit with a Planned Parenthood, not robe. What are those little things called? Ribbon.
I guess.
It's not
probably
a
not the
ribbon.
correct
It's
term.
like a stole, like a
Yeah.
sash.
Yeah.
No, what's it called? It's obviously like Episcopalian.
I think she
Anyway,
is Episcopalian.
Little thing. And people say, yeah, you're right. God was with you as you murdered that child. Okay. My favorite is the 20-something girl with the nose ring.
Mm-hmm.
The, what's it called? Like the septum something?
The bulldog ring.
Yeah. I hate going to sleep. I hate waking up. I hate working. I hate not working. I hate my life. I just hate everything. I hate. Miserable. And it makes me nervous because she's not the exception in that generation, your generation, probably a little bit younger. You maybe were on the cusp of it. I still see, like, you're my son's age. Y'all are like the last graduating class that had any semblance of normal to it, in my opinion. And then the numbers just dwindle.
Yeah. Well,
Like y'all could have grown up in the 80s and survived.
Yeah. I feel like I kind of grew up like just a year or two ahead of kind of the craziness. I know enough of it because I experienced it, but also my junior year was COVID in high school. So I did get half of my year taken away from me. And then my senior year was like 50-50, like half the kids come, the rest half is in virtual. So I experienced some of the wackiness, but I think Gen Z is just extremely polarized. I think we got a lot of the generation going back to church because the wackiness of Gen Z in terms of what our generation has gone through with the wokeness, COVID, everybody being, canceled for having any sort of thought, everything just so liberal to a T, it makes you miserable. And half of Gen Z decided to go back to God, and then the other half just decided to crumble and give up and do what like Septum Ring Girl did and just, I hate everything, nihilism, everything's pointless, worthless. But like I said, I think not all hope is lost because there is parts of the generation that is going back to church as a coping mechanism for that.
Absolutely.
But also the crazies of my generation are still out there and are still struggling. I pray for them. I feel bad for them, but it is kind of funny as well. You're going to go on there and say, I hate everything. I hate everything. Yeah.
But it's encouraging to watch y'all because they finally pushed y'all far enough that you're starting to think for yourselves and fight back and go, wait a second. They told me to believe that. They told me I was racist if I didn't believe that. They told me I hated gay people if I didn't believe that. They told me I didn't love my neighbor if I didn't do that. And y'all are finally starting to go, but I'm none of those things. Still don't believe that. And kind of standing in that gap and being okay with it and having the confidence. Of course, as males, they've been after you in a big way too.
White, straight Christian males.
Yeah.
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 But what's the saying? Hard times create strong men create easy times create weak men create hard times. I think America experienced such a boom of success, during kind of the boomers generation. And I think that just kind of resulted, we don't have exterior problems. We got to create our own internal problems, and everything is, well, are you a man or a woman? Can men give birth? Is gay marriage, is that actually okay? Can you actually kill your babies? And that created such a hard time, maybe in terms of, we're still living in America. It could be worse, but hard times in terms of just the ideology and the wokeness and the anti-Christianness. I think that is creating the Gen Zers who are going back to God. It's creating such a resolve of, no, actually, I reject that. I'm actually going to go back to God. So I think the hard times in that sense could start a revival, but
yeah,
we'll have to see the fruits of it.
It's almost like y'all's lives were so easy, and it's really our faults as parents. It started with our boomer parents spoiling us, but it's like y'all had to create your own issues.
Yeah.
Because there just weren't any. And I'll tell you, you were like the first. Connor didn't get a cell phone, like a smartphone, until maybe 8th grade or his freshman year. He still had the boop, boop, boop.
The iPods?
Yeah. Well, no, he had like where you got to push to send a C, you got to push A, B, C.
Oh, like the
little slide. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even next child down 2 years under him, they all had smartphones from the beginning. I swear that makes a difference. And I need to apologize because as parents, we didn't know how bad it was.
Yeah,
we just didn't know.
I had an Apple pie. Excuse me.
Apple pie.
Apple iPod when I was like in middle school, which is pretty much just a phone that you can't call on. So I think that has a lot to do with it as well.
We're way over. We got to take a break.
We do.
When we come back. Can we do the Feinbaum Dale Jackson story? Because it's funny.
It's good.
And informative.
It is.
Which we like both. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Allison with JP. Okay. This is funny, but it's actually a really good topic too. So Fox News did an article about Feinbaum running for Senate. And do you know who they quote in said article?
Was it Alabama's most trusted journalist?
Yes, who's very famous.
Dale Jackson.
Dale Jackson. The serious part is that the headline is ESPN star in the hot seat as Senate campaign rumors swirl. Quote, Trump hating rhino. Then the little tiny subject underneath. Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville has spoken highly of Feinbaum, calling him a longtime friend who is smart and loves the country. They go on in this article to talk about how Feinbaum is 70. 70. And I'm not an ageist.
I am.
But at some point, we got to call it.
I'm definitely an ageist.
We got to call it. And so he's 70. Never heard of anything, him speaking politically, except for his BLM, Sabin, I love you for marching with BLM. Do you remember that? You remember when they shamed you if you didn't put a black square on your Instagram? And okay.
I do, actually.
You do?
That was...
Were you like 12?
No, I was like... Well, that was 2020, so I was 17.
17. Same thing. Yeah, and he, the COVID vaccine, he was all in. And they say that some Republican insiders in Alabama, this has been sufficient for them to start raising alarms about why they believe Feinbaum would be a poor choice as a Senate candidate. Third paragraph, Dale Jackson, a prominent Alabama radio politics talk show host, told Fox News Digital that though Feinbaum is a radio legend and a fixture in the South, nobody knows what he believes. That's what I was saying. The guy's a legend, but I've been doing radio and talk radio for almost 20 years in Alabama, and I couldn't tell you what Paul Feinbaum knows or believes about anything political. The minute he starts talking about what he believes, he's going to be picked apart, and I don't know if he's necessarily ready for what that means. I mean, Feinbaum's taken some heat.
He is.
There are a lot of people that don't love him. He seems to kind of relish in being hated. So maybe he wouldn't hate it.
It seems a little inorganic, though. I agree about the Feinbaum concerns. I think they're all valid. But who is is Fox just doing this on their own? Or who is pressuring, planting these stories within,
maybe it's Dale Jackson.
Maybe it's Dale Jackson. They did sit back and go, Alabama radio legend wanting to run for Senate. Who would be the most credible guy to talk to? Let's call it Dale Jackson. Let's see. Alabama's most trusted journalist. I think that's fair. Dale Jackson is probably the guy to call.
Yeah, and if they know anything about Dale Jackson, they know that he will just give them an honest answer.
Yeah, exactly.
If that's what they're going for.
So I don't know. I'm still interested, who is pushing Feinbaum to run, but also who is pushing really hard lately for Feinbaum not to run. Would it be a campaign of one of the current Senate people or no? I don't know. It's a lot of moving parts, and Feinbaum still hasn't even announced he's running yet.
I'm laughing because my favorite line in this whole thing, quote from Dale Jackson, Feinbaum is basically just like I'm famous. I'm a big time radio guy. People like me. Why can't I be a senator? And it's just kind of an odd thing, said Jackson.
That's such a Dale answer.
You got to love Dale.
You got to.
I mean, Feinbaum, a little higher. He's around, but I'm a big time radio host. I love it.
As a fellow radio legend in Alabama.
Yep. We share the same spaces. I really hope he doesn't run. He will be a fool, and he will be made a fool if he does.
Well, maybe he needs humbled.
That would never happen. All right, we're at the top of the hour. 1 hour left before Thanksgiving. We got some fun things coming up, but we'll be right back. Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Allison Sinclair with JP. We're back. Last hour. And then we're off to what? Herkel-Dirkling for the next 5 days.
Thanksgiving is really the Herkel-Dirkle holiday.
It
Sit
is.
around, eat food, watch football.
The tryptophan coma is real.
That is actually a conversation also about tryptophan, because isn't there?
Do you not believe in tryptophan?
Well, I think there's been some doctors that have said that's incorrect. It's just the amount of food you eat, not the turkey and the chemicals in the turkey.
So are you saying turkey doesn't have more tryptophan?
I mean,
which is an essential amino acid.
It may, but I saw something recently about doctors. They did a study. It's like, it's not the turkey and what's in it. It's the amount of food you're eating that makes you so tired.
Sweet potato casserole.
It's the sweet potato casserole, the stuffing, the pumpkin pie,
rolls.
the turkey, the ham, the rolls.
You know what would be really good?
Hmm.
She's in Mexico, though. If Abs made us some sourdough loaves, little rolls.
That was amazing, by the way.
Yeah. Just finished it off today.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm still working on it.
It is so good. Okay, I've got some hot flash news. If you'd like to do that, because you said you put together a new little ditty.
I did. I added one because we got a text about how the hot flash news doesn't really sound like a hot flash because there's no like heat aspect to it. So I did add an effect to the hot flash news.
Is it like a scream at the end?
No, it's just a subtle effect. But whenever you're ready, we can play it.
Let's do it.
Excuse me.
If you aren't watching, okay, there are flames shooting
As she's playing the
as
trumpet.
she's playing, and then she's burping, and I love the crinkling sound.
The little
Reminds me of Thanksgiving.
firewood.
If you've never seen this, please Google it. Please Google it. And the sweet listener that gave her the benefit of the doubt and said, I think she's trying to play the melody, not the tune. I don't know what the difference is.
Yeah. I don't know.
What-
I used to play the trumpet in middle school, but
You and Kay could have done a mashup.
hey, I was pretty good.
Mama and JP, I bet she would love you.
JP, come up in here. Let's play some
JP,
trumpet.
Have some of my bub.
JP, you're a high stepper. Come on up here.
You're a high stepper. Let's look at what's in my purse. Do you remember that one?
No.
She got a purse out on the table.
We need to make you some pumpkin pie, JP.
JP, but you do love the pumpkin pie. All things.
All the things.
All the things. Did you know Trump almost named his turkeys? Have you seen this?
I saw the clip today. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to make you guess. He almost named them Chuck and Nancy.
Chuck and Nancy. Yeah.
But he said, I would never pardon them. Never. What was it that KIV? Oh, Phil and Buster.
Phil and Buster.
That
yeah.
was pretty good.
That was funny.
That was funny. So, group was forced to drop its women's sports TikTok account after it upset British feminists. Wait, what is this? Sky. Sorry, I'm calling an audible on this one. Sky Group. What is Sky Group?
That is a European news outlet, Sky.
Sky Sports has scraped its new female-focused TikTok channel Halo after it faced a backlash online with its post described as patronizing and sexist because it's just for women.
Or maybe they're making a distinction between men and women.
Along those lines, the NFL's first transgender cheerleader says the Panthers terminated his job because he's trans. Of course, he didn't say he. He says because I'm trans.
Good.
Who in the world wants to see that? Not the guys. And I promise you the women don't either.
No. That's the part of it. Like, you're forcing women. I don't think all the women cheerleaders would be okay with sharing all the spaces with men who think they're women.
But okay, let's take that part out. Let's go back to the first transgender cheerleader. Do men really want to see a man dressed up as a girl.
Absolutely not. No.
And that's really not appealing to women either. So I don't know who you're cheering for.
And there's a difference between male cheerleaders who do, the stunts. That's one thing. But it's the men cheerleader that are acting like women cheerleaders with the skirts and the dress, whatever. The woman cheerleader attire. Yeah, it's not appealing.
Somebody's getting burned
Mm-hmm.
eventually.
But this is just the
thing.
NFL virtue signaling. They still have the end hate and such. Phil and I talked about this. Each NFL team is required to have like one of the 5 sayings in the back of their end zone. It's like end hate, choose love. There's several others on the same thread, but they won't back down from that because I think they're terrified if they tell teams they can't have transgender cheerleaders or they can take away the end racism slogans, that they're going to be hammered from the left. But it's just, I agree with you. It's gross. I don't think anybody wants to see it.
Italian man hides dead mom's body, dresses up as her for 3 years to collect pension.
What?
Let me click on it because all I did was read the headline.
Swipe right.
Swipe right. At least it was in Italy. A 56-year-old, unidentified man who was unemployed. He identified, he was unidentified because they didn't name his name, but for 3 years he identified as his mom, while his mother's mummified remains lay in a sleeping bag in the laundry room of the family home. Of course, he never reported his mother's death. She was 82. Her son meticulously impersonated each detail of his mother down to her makeup and continued to cash her pension. He was even able to renew her identity card at a government office on the outskirts of Mantua after her death.
Golly.
With his mother's pension and a property portfolio of 3 houses, the son was able to pocket $61,000 annually. What?
You said this was 3 years he did this?
Yes.
In Italy?
Yes.
So the Italian folks weren't able to tell that it was a man dressed as a woman that came in and was doing all this? Or was he just that good at the makeup and he looked that much like his mother?
Stay tuned. An eagle-eyed, I don't know how eagle-eyed you have to be. An eagle-eyed government employee finally picked up on his scheme after noticing his apparently masculine features, including his low voice and thick neck. The employee notified authorities, who compared photos of him and her and realized he had been conning them.
The genius who saw the 5 o'clock shadow and the Adam's apple and the low voice that said, wait a second, you're not a woman, are you?
But I guess where he went wrong was not dressing up as his mother, but that she was dead.
Yeah, and having her body in
a sleeping bag in the laundry room. And did nobody smell it?
How could he bear it?
Do you think he killed her or you think she just died?
That's a question. Did he just take her out to have her? I don't know.
Sick people.
If you're sick enough to, disguise yourself as your mother to get her pension after she's died, I guess it's not out of the question for you to actually kill her.
It's a movie. It's like The Shining. Or, In good news, Greta Thunberg has been banned from Venice after pouring green dye into a canal to save the earth.
How does...
I don't know. Would you like me to click on it?
Swipe right.
Swipe right.
As it loads.
A whole heap of green dye into Venice's... Okay, it's really green. All right. It's St. Patty's Day in Savannah, and they dyed the whole thing green. Says nothing says like we're on a crusade to protect the environment like dumping a bunch of artificial coloring into a large body of water. But she got banned. A 48-hour ban. That's lame.
That is lame.
And given $172 in fines.
$172?
It was done by a group called Extinction Rebellion.
So was the dye just a form of protest? Or So how is dumping dye into
What are you achieving?
Yeah. Isn't that just harming the...
They say it's just like food grade, no big deal. But what a waste of money.
Mhm.
Like, take it and give it to someone to reduce a carbon footprint. Instead, now you got to pay more money on top of that, and you're kicked out of Venice, and you probably flew all the way there. Stupid.
It is stupid. And I wonder who drove by the river and saw that it was green and said, "Oh, we got to save the earth."
You're right.
You are so right.
I was on the fence.
Yeah, now that you
But now
that you turned this river green, I'm on your side. Yeah.
You're so smart, Greta. Did y'all see the Sham Wow guy? Do you remember him?
Sham Wow, isn't he the like towel?
Yeah. He's running for Congress in Texas.
I did not see
And
that.
everybody, he's running as a Republican. Everybody needs to go follow him. What is his real name? Let me click. I'm choosing to swipe right.
Swipe right.
Still doesn't say his name.
Vince Offer.
Huh?
Vince Offer.
Offer Vince.
Let me.
Shlomi.
Well, okay. It's Vince Shlomi. Sorry, it gave me the wrong guy.
Shlomi.
Vince Shlomi.
He has some of the funniest social media posts already, and I say he wins. But the ShamWow guy is going to be very exercised and expressive, and it's going to be a very interesting race in Texas.
What's funny is if you look it up, all the top stories: ShamWow guy files to run for Congress. ShamWow guy is running for Congress. ShamWow guy. So he's just the ShamWow guy.
Yeah, I hope he puts that on all his campaign material, because otherwise you're not. It better be how he
Markets
registered
himself.
on the ballot. Yeah.
The ShamWow guy.
And finally, because I know we got to go to a break, and this is good. Although Don Bacon, the Republican House member, threatened to resign over this, Ukraine has agreed to Trump's peace deal with Russia.
Yeah, but Russia today rejected it.
Frickety frack, are you serious?
Yeah, so it's actually funny. I don't know if we have enough time to go into it all together, but Trump proposed.
Wait. Let's do it after the break,
Okay.
because I really thought this was going to happen. I guess Don can still get his payment from the military industrial complex and his whatever. I don't know why he was going to quit over peace, but he was.
Oh, Don Bacon?
Yeah, he was upset that there was a peace deal.
That's ridiculous.
Apparently there is no peace. All right, on the other side, you tell me what happened. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I was too fast.
Sorry. I should have waited after I turned your mic on to point at you. That's on me.
It's okay. I'm always a little late. So fair enough. I was all excited that I thought maybe we were going to stop sending money overseas. Apparently we're not.
How funny for you to think that.
So tell me what happened, because I saw Ukraine agreed to Trump's peace deal, but Russia said, night.
Yeah, so we got about 5 minutes. I'll try to make this as quick as I can. But the Trump administration put up a 28-point peace plan to end the war in Ukraine. It pretty much gave most of Donbass to Russia. It essentially froze the lines as they were, which is just the eastern region of Ukraine, the Donbass, the most rich mineral region of Ukraine as well. And in exchange for, Ukraine not joining NATO, Crimea being officially recognized as Russian territory, but also a part of the security agreement was the U.S. was going to be in a mineral agreement with Ukraine that would kind of be like a line against Russia. Like, if you come here, you're not just messing with Ukraine, you're messing with the U.S. So anyways, this was initially rejected by Ukraine. Zelensky did a video saying how, he's not going to stand for it. Anything giving Russia land, he's going to veto. But then there was a change of tone, and apparently behind the scenes, Ukraine diplomats were talking with the White House. This is from the Wall Street Journal. A senior U.S. official said that Ukraine significantly changed one of the 28 points in the version that appeared online. In an apparent move to expose alleged corruption, the draft had called for an audit of all international aid Ukraine had received. The language was changed to say all parties will, quote, receive full amnesty for their actions during the war.
Stop.
So that was what won Ukraine over. Pretty much
stop.
The corrupted oligarchs would not be held liable for all the money laundering that happened with our money we gave to them. So that is what got it across the finish line on the Ukrainian side. But still, Russia said, "What is it? Is it niet?"
That's German.
Russia said no. Still after that, but isn't that crazy? Ukraine said no to the peace deal and said that it was all about, we're not going to give Russia any land. We're not going to reward Russia for coming in. But really, it was all about the oligarchs being protected.
Is there a... I don't know if I should ask this. Is there a good side in this war?
No, there's not. I think it's pretty fair to say that. Russia obviously is bad. I feel like you have to say that every time you talk about Russia today. Ukraine is not good because Ukraine is too corrupt to even be in NATO. They don't meet any of the requirements. They are just a CIA and deep state project where our CIA participated in a coup that got rid of their leader because he was too pro-Russian. It's been an area to just simply provoke Russia. What we should have done, and there was an opportunity to do this, when Russia initially came in, which was illegal and wrong, Ukraine initially pushed them back. That was the time to have a peace deal. But then Boris Johnson was sent over from the West to nix the peace deal that was potentially going to be signed. And that's what's gotten it to the knot that it's tied up in right now. So it's not Trump's fault that it got to the place it is. It was Anthony Blinken, Biden, and one of the worst foreign policy blunders in American history that got it to this point. Trump's job is extremely hard to thread the needle, but we've got to stop it. We've got to stop funding it. We got to stop provoking Russia. And the only way to do that is to give Russia some land in the Donbass and then put security places in Ukraine that does not involve NATO. It's extremely hard, but I digress. The part that's really concerning is that the whole thing that was holding up the peace deal was that the oligarchs in Ukraine need to be protected with our money that we gave them. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what Russia's concerns were with the deal, but it's just, that's one of the ones where I'm really, really pessimistic about. It's just, it's tied up in such a hard knot. And
why would Don Bacon, not our congressman, but a Republican congressman, I need to look into that. Why would he resign over a peace deal? Because he doesn't want to give Russia anything?
Yeah. I guess he just sees this as a pro-Russian deal. Somebody even put up an article that Russia wrote up this 28-point peace plan. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they rejected it. Well,
they rejected it.
This is the art of the deal. He's a master negotiator. So if anybody can get it done, it's Donald Trump. But if you have two parties that don't even really want to sit down at the table,
There's only so much you can do.
there's only so much you can do. All right. When we come back, I think my daughter is going to be here. We'll see. We're going to see what this public school child knows about Thanksgiving. And then I have some trivia because I love some trivia.
Sweet.
And then maybe some Would You Rather?
Would you rather? I think that's good.
Okay. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Allison Sinclair with JP. My daughter Collins, who's just strolling in casually. Come on, sit down right here. But remember, see that camera? Yes, you're on. All right, put these on. Okay. Collins, welcome to the show.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Did you get all your chores done?
Yes.
Did you wrap all the Christmas gifts?
Yeah.
Did you do the dishes?
Yes.
Did you help Dad?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you just gonna berate me?
No, just making sure you got your stuff done. Did you say hi to JP? Y'all have never met.
No, we have not.
Hello.
This is Collins.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, Collins, we have a question for you.
Yes.
It's Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
We're very thankful.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know, as a public school student, and you're going to have to talk into the microphone. Well, it's pretty good. You don't have to lean in too much, but tell us the story of Thanksgiving.
Oh gosh.
Like who participated in Thanksgiving? Why did they celebrate Thanksgiving? Where was it? What did they have to eat?
I don't exactly remember where it was, but I know it was between like the Wampanoag Indians and the Pilgrims.
Huh.
That's good.
Yeah.
I would have never got to Wampanoag. And so what were they celebrating?
Or
Or why were they eating all the things?
I'm pretty sure it's like when they finally decided to come with together with like for a treaty. I don't exactly remember because we didn't really go over it that much this year.
So what do you don't remember it from all your years? You're junior, right?
I'm a junior.
Yeah. So from all your years, like in kindergarten, remember you dressed up as pilgrims and Indians?
Yes.
And you don't remember the story from then?
Well, I mean, do you remember the story?
No, but I'm old. That's all you got for Thanksgiving?
Well, like
You might need to scoot up a little bit.
I guess because I really didn't. We don't really go over the basis of Thanksgiving that much during school. We mainly go because right now I'm in learning about like the 1800s through the 2000s.
So you've never studied Thanksgiving?
No, we're learning about the late 1800s to the 2000s.
Well, Thanksgiving's already passed, right?
Mhm.
When was the first Thanksgiving?
It was in 1621.
Okay. So who was it? Do you have the history of
I do.
Thanksgiving? All right, let's learn. We're
Well,
going to learn together because apparently education isn't any better today than it was in 1990.
Well, this is just the brief AI overview. It says the Thanksgiving meal originated from a 1621 harvest feast shared by English colonists and the Wampanoag people in Plymouth, Massachusetts, to celebrate their successful harvest. The celebration was a one-time event inspired by both colonial traditions and Wampanoag harvest celebrations, and it laid the groundwork for the modern American Thanksgiving holiday, which was established much later in 1863 by Abraham Lincoln.
That's it?
That's the AI overview. We
Okay.
can dig deeper if we want.
So there are some common misconceptions about what it was and what they ate and what they didn't eat. Do you think they had sweet potato casserole?
There's actually a what food was actually served on Thanksgiving article here by Food 52. Let's see if I can pull it up. Let's see. The modern Thanksgiving holiday is based off a yada, 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 yada. While modern Thanksgiving always lands on the 4th November, yada, yada, yada. Let's see if we can get to the actual food part. Okay. Wild fowl,
Okay.
seafood,
Seafood?
Yeah, they had
Mm.
lobster too.
fish, eel, shellfish, lobster, mussels. There was also produce. So like peas, beans, squash, corn. What wasn't served at the first Thanksgiving? There are no cloud-like heaps of mashed potatoes. There was no gravy. They did not have mills to produce flours. So, and there was also no sweet potato casserole with mini marshmallows. Cranberries may have been incorporated into the Wampanoag dishes, but it would be another 50 years before someone first wrote about cooking them. So I get like the actual normal, turkey, mashed potatoes, sweet potato casserole, and all that was not even on the plate.
So this was in Plymouth. Was Jamestown done by then? Like, was everybody dead down there? I guess.
I don't know. Let's see.
Okay. I can't remember if they overlap, but they probably didn't know they were there,
It was 1622.
that Jamestown died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rip to Jamestown. Here we go. Multiple choice number 1.
Okay.
I don't even know the answer to this. Okay. Which southern state was the first to adopt a Thanksgiving Day in 1855? Was it South Carolina, Virginia, or Georgia?
I feel like it'd be Virginia.
I'm gonna go with Georgia.
Virginia. Score 1 for public school girl.
Wow.
What is a snood? SNOOD. Is it the loose skin under a male turkey's neck, a hat worn by a pilgrim, or a hot cider drink? A hat. I'm from Jersey. A hot cider drink served at Thanksgiving. A snood.
It's either the hat or the drink. I don't think it's turkey gobble.
I'm gonna go with the hat.
It's the loose skin under a male turkey's neck. I thought that was called
Wow.
like a gizzard,
Yeah.
not a snood. What utensil was not used by the pilgrims to eat Thanksgiving dinner? A knife, a fork, or a spoon?
I feel like it's fork.
Fork.
Why do you say that?
I don't know, because like spoons were, I don't know, spoons were like really like big back then.
Yeah.
Popular?
I feel like
I
spoons
wouldn't say
would be
popular. They were just more commonly used.
You think they had sporks?
definitely not. I'm gonna go with forks. Yeah.
You're both right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which president is believed to be the start? Wait. Which president is believed to be the first to pardon a turkey and start this annual tradition?
Pardon.
Means you don't have to die.
Yeah, I know what a pardon is. but, like,
Okay. I just want to make sure. President Lincoln in 1863, Roosevelt in 1939, or Harry Truman in 1947?
I feel like it'd be Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt's like the one who was like about all the national parks.
So you think he has to be about turkeys?
Well, I mean, he was the most about like.
Wait, but this was
preserving animals.
Franklin Roosevelt, right? In 1939, FDR.
I'm not really good at history.
I
I
think he
studied
was.
engineering so that you didn't have to take a foreign language or a history in college, and I didn't pay attention in high school,
Yeah,
which I regret.
1939 was FDR. So I'm gonna go with. I'm still gonna go with Roosevelt.
Truman.
Oh.
Wow.
The first official annual turkey pardon, though, occurred in 1989 under President George H.W. Bush.
Official pardon. The others were just symbolic.
I mean, I think it's pretty impactful. What do? Then you just grab another turkey and you chop its head off?
Yeah, pretty much. I wonder if there's some like farm they send the pardon turkeys to live out the rest of their days.
Or your pardon lasts a week and then we eat you.
Your pardon is for today, but tomorrow you'll be food.
Tomorrow you are dinner. I didn't know, and I feel really silly. Collins, can turkeys fly?
No, turkeys cannot fly.
Oh, we should have played the clip of.
You sent it to me last night, and I didn't watch it. But you've got it. We could play it when we come back.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Do they? Can they? So when you go turkey hunting, you're just shooting them on the ground.
They can't even like flutter.
Yeah, no,
Like,
they can't fly
so
away.
you know, like how chickens can like kind of flutter. You know
Yeah.
how
Well, chickens can get into trees.
yeah, turkeys can't do that.
What do they do? Just run?
Yeah, they're just like ground born.
Like an emu? Can an emu fly?
No, emu could not fly.
Emu can't fly.
Look up what birds can't fly.
I know an ostrich can't fly.
A penguin can't fly.
Penguins can't fly.
Y'all are so smart.
Many birds cannot fly, including the ostrich, emu, penguin, kiwi, cassowary, okay, I don't even know what these birds are anymore.
Okay.
The main ones were kiwi, penguin, ostrich, emu. Yeah, those are the main ones. And turkeys.
So what's the definition of a bird? Why do we call them birds if they can't fly?
What
JP.
is the definition of a bird?
Well, birds, I'm pretty sure in bird definition, it's not defined that they have to fly.
What is it? They have
I think
wings?
I think it's more like feathers and wings and
A
beaks.
warm-blooded, egg-laying vertebrate with distinguished by the possession of feathers, wings, and a beak, typically being able to fly, but not always.
Speaking of egg laying, platypuses are the only mammal that can lay eggs. Yeah. Yeah. Just
Sorry,
random
I'm
fun
looking
fact.
up can turkeys fly. Well, it says
is
wild turkeys can fly, but I guess domesticated turkeys have been bred to be heavier, making them flightless.
Oh.
So I guess turkeys in the wild can fly, but the domesticated bred ones for
Do you
food.
usually go to turkey farms and that's where you find your turkeys, JP?
I don't go turkey hunting, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, and a penguin, they lay eggs.
Yeah.
Is that a mammal?
Yeah. So what
Yeah.
penguins do is they
But
lay
you said a
platypus.
platypus.
Is a platypus a bird?
No, platypus is not a bird. It's a mammal.
Okay.
But is a penguin a mammal?
No. Penguins lay eggs. Well, actually, are birds mammals?
Yeah, penguins
yeah.
are mammals. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe penguins and platypi.
well, there's a certain thing. There's a certain thing about
Okay,
platypuses that make
we'll
them
look it
special.
up. And then when we come back, I've got more trivia, and we play a game at the end of every show called Would You Rather?
Oh gosh. Okay.
So get ready. JP's the master Would You Rather.
I'm a pretty good would you rather.
Do we have any other news we need to cover? Because
I-
Collins does like news.
I think we pretty much hit all the high points.
She's a little bit of a liability, though. You never know what she's going to say. So quick, let's cut to break. We'll be right back. I'm Allison Sinclair with Collins Sinclair and JP. My husband texted me during the break and said turkeys can fly, just not very long distances.
That doesn't count.
I feel like they kind of scoot, like
Yeah. If you can flop your wings while being like an inch off the ground, that doesn't count as flying.
like they run, like the Flintstones. They run, fly, but they never really. But I don't know how that's fun to hunt. That just seems awkward. Like you're just chasing them on the ground.
It is kind of sad.
Anyway, okay. Do you have this clip? Because I have no clue what you and Phil laughed at so hard.
Yeah. So this is from the old show WK. It's some radio show, or it's a TV show based on a radio station back in the day.
Real life?
No. It's a fictional show about this radio station, and they decided to do a PR stunt around Thanksgiving one year and drop turkeys from a plane.
But they didn't really do it.
No, it's a part of the TV show, but it's still funny. So we played it last year, and Phil and I were crying laughing. WKRP, yes, that's the name of the show, WKRP. So this is their Thanksgiving scene, if y'all haven't seen it. I'm sure most of our audience has, but still nonetheless.
Yes, I can see it now. It's a helicopter, and it's coming this way.
A helicopter?
It's flying something behind it. I can't quite make it out. It's a large banner, and it says, Happy Thanksgiving. From WKRP. What a sight, ladies and gentlemen, what a sight. The copter seems to be circling the parking area now. I guess it's looking for a place to land. No, something just came out of the back of the helicopter. It's a dark object, perhaps a skydiver plummeting to the earth from only 2,000 feet into the air. Second to the third. There's no parachutes yet. Those can't be skydivers. I can't tell just yet what they are, but... Oh, my God, they're turkeys! Oh, Johnny, can you get this? Oh, they're crashing to the earth right in front of our eyes! One just went through the windshield of a parked car! Johnny, this is terrible. The cars running around, pushing each other? Oh, my goodness! Oh, the humanity! Oh, people are running about. The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement. Folks, I don't know how much longer the crowd is running for their lives. I think I'm going to step inside. I can't stay out here and watch this any longer. No, I can't go in there. Children are searching for their mothers, and not since the Hindenburg tragedy has there been anything like this. I don't know how much longer I can hold my position here, Johnny. The crowd...
Les, are you there? Les isn't there. Thanks for that on-the-spot report, Les. For those of you who just tuned in, the Pinedale Shopping Mall has just been bombed with live turkey. Film at 11.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
No, he didn't listen to the show.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
They cannot fly.
That show was before my time, but
like the 70s, maybe?
WKRP in Cincinnati was the name of the show.
Hmm.
Cincinnati, what year was that show? 1978.
Oh, year I was born. Look at that. So old. Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere.
You need
She
to
doesn't like the headphones.
Why don't you like the headphones?
The headphones were never plugged in to begin with.
So she didn't hear any of that?
You didn't hear it.
No, I just acted like I did.
Oh my gosh. You could have just plugged it in.
Well, we will work on that. We're very professional around here, Collins. Yeah. You didn't tell me you couldn't hear. All right. What'd you rather? What you got?
Okay.
Because make it good, because then we got to go home. I think I'm going to make a new dish. Collins, you and Jennings are going to have to help me.
Scary.
It actually has to do with sweet potatoes.
What is it?
You slice up sweet potatoes to their little round discs, slice them. And then you roast them with some olive oil and salt. And then you top it with goat cheese and cranberries and some walnuts. And then there was something green on top. I don't know what that was.
Interesting.
And then you kind of slice it and eat it. I don't know.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Well,
I hope it's not ish.
texture,
Yeah.
whatever that is. Okay, we have time for a couple of would you rathers. Let me see if I can get a good one here. Would okay, this one's weird. Would you rather give up your cell phone for a month or bathing for a month?
I know what Collins will say.
Probably bathing. Like,
She
I mean, you could just jump in the pool and that you could consider that bathing, even though you're not actually bathing.
Just
She's
jump in the
working
pool
around the
or
system.
jump in the river, the lake. What would you do?
I would love to give up my phone.
I would too.
Like I would pay someone money to bring me back a flip phone. It's like we all need to decide at once. 3, 2, 1.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody go back to a flip phone.
I'll take that deal. You can pay me.
Well, okay, not that part, but where you had it for an emergency, because back in the day we had to drive all the way across town, and we had if you broke down, you just were waiting for somebody to come pick you up. It's weird. We didn't know where to go. But so you would have that if you had an emergency, but I hate my phone.
There's actually been a trend of like Gen Zers that are going back to like Blackberries.
Yeah.
Because they're tired of the doom scrolling. I get so anxious because the amount of times where like I get calls that I wouldn't expect, but it's like something urgent like I need to do. Or what if I don't have my phone and like a family member calls and they need my like that's the scenario in my head where it's like, God, I wish I could just put my phone away. But it's like, oh, what if like my friend calls me or something and needs me, or what if I need to do something right now or whatever.
But think about the way we lived before. That wasn't an option. You had to wait till you got home and hope nobody else was on the phone, because before we had call waiting, it would just be busy if there was an emergency. And then you didn't know what was going on in the world until you walked back in the door.
I think going back to like a BlackBerry is the way, because if I can just get away from the doom scrolling on TikTok and Instagram Reels while also being able to get reached, I think that's the way to go.
How would we do the montage though?
That's true. Wow, that was loud. Okay, wait, we gotta get one more.
Okay.
Would you rather stay the age you are physically forever or stay the way you are now financially forever? Stay physically for me. Physically for sure.
Really?
Physically over financially for sure.
First off, I'm 17, so I literally have no finances.
Your finances are her finances.
Yeah. Yeah, probably physically.
For sure.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Health is wealth.
All right, y'all have a great Thanksgiving. So much to be thankful for. Be kind to even your liberal family. Give them a hug. They need a hug. We'll be back on Monday. Y'all have a great week. See you then.